Hello friends, welcome to a new vlog. So I'm trying something different and I'm going to be reading all ARCs during this vlog. If you're not aware of what an ARC is, it's an advanced reader copy, and that's basically usually ebooks, but sometimes physical copies of books that authors or publishers will give a small group of people, like book reviewers, access to in advance to read before like the publication usually. Now some of these have recently come out, so technically they're more like new release reads, but they are either very recent or true ARCs that are coming out. So I'm going to show you my main picks. I want to be kind of mood reading during this vlog because I feel like I've had some pretty strict TBRs with some reading vlogs recently and I'd like something just a little more chill. But we're gonna have some fun doing some baking, some cozy stuff, reading together, and we're definitely gonna be reading some cozy mysteries, some thrillers. So if you enjoy anything with like a mystery or you just enjoy cozy reading vlogs, I hope you'll hang out. Let me go over our picks. So I am for sure going to read these four that I'm about to talk about, and then I'm hoping to maybe read a fifth or sixth. We'll see how, how much reading I get done. I do have reading sprints on both my YouTube channel this week to celebrate 5,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. And Patreon reading sprints later in the week, so I think that'll help me stay on track. And this one was very kindly sent to me by the author, so thank you. This is Ask Me No Questions by Paula Charles. This is the second in the Hometown Hardware mystery series. That is the cover, which is just phenomenal. I mean, the autumn colors on here, wow. Super beautiful. So the quick synopsis for this is we have our main character Donna Carpenter. She is in her early 60s and she owns a hardware shop. Her and her husband started it together many years back. Her husband has passed away semi-recently, like a couple years back, and she has an adult daughter named April in the area who I adore, who kind of gets into this dynamic, they get into this dynamic duo sleuthing mode. And in this one there is this fall autumn lumberjack festival, and there'll be axe throwing, which is why it's called Ask Me No Questions. So that is one I think we're gonna start with because I cannot wait. The other cozy mystery that I am for sure going to be reading, where is it? Here it is. It's the Murder Movie Club, Murder on a Monday by Marcy Blessy. This is the newest and first release in the monthly Murder Movie Club cozy mystery. This one is coming out, I believe, in late February, so this one is a true ARC. The Ask Me No Questions came out in very late January, so by the time I'm reading it, technically it's already out, but for the sake of this video, this is the cover for that one. Love the cat with the red bow tie. I mean, come on now. So cute. And this one basically involves this group of residents. They are all like movie goers, so they will go to this movie theater and watch mystery movies together. I love it. And halfway through the movie they will pause the film and discuss their suspects and who they think did it and like all of that. And then one day they arrive to the monthly Murder Club movie watching event and the ticket taker is dead and they decide to get involved. And this is supposed to be a very like found family oriented cozy, which I love. I also love any cozy mystery that takes place with like a theater setting, whether that's movies or plays. I just think that lends itself to drama so well. So those are the two cozies that I am for sure going to read. Now in terms of thrillers, I have two for sures. One is One Dark Night, a novel by Hannah Rochelle. And this is the author of The Search Party, which I read last year, very heavily recommended. That one was phenomenal. This one I know even less about. It says, when a body is found the day after Halloween, a small British community must reckon with its past and the dangers lurking in its presence. In this spine-tingling novel from not to be missed, author Hannah Rochelle. I'm very excited. The other thriller that I'm definitely reading for this is The Sister-in-Law by Joanne Ryan. I believe this came out in very late January, so again, more of a new release reading, but okay, we're being like potato, it's still, we're close enough. This is the cover here, very, very beautiful and stunning. And again, I don't know much about this, just that a sister-in-law shows up at their door and you shouldn't let her in because things are about to get wild. So like a domestic psychological thriller. Love it. Can't wait. Yeah, so that is that. And then if I do get through those two thrillers and I'm like still going, I think I'm going to be looking at The Family Lies by Angela Henry. Don't believe a word they say. This is an addictive psychological thriller with twists. Again, I think this was a very late January release. It's February 3rd when I'm filming this. so I'm a little behind, apologies, but these are the new releases slash arcs that I will be reading in this video. For sure those 4 that I mentioned, and then hopefully maybe a 5th or 6th if we're getting really ambitious. So that is that, but I am really excited. I think we're gonna have a cozy time, have some fun in this, so let's go ahead and hang out. Here we go. Alright guys, I have done a bunch of reading. I'm just having one of those days where I'm having a hard time focusing on work, so I was like, okay, let's just get some reading done, do something. So I have started One Dark Night and then Ask Me No Questions. So Ask Me No Questions, I'm about halfway through. I can hardly put it down. It's really, really good. So amazing autumn setting. If you're looking for an autumn cozy mystery, this is about as autumnal as it gets, with all the beautiful descriptions of like the foliage, the weather, just the yummy food at the festival, the axe throwing, the lumberjack competitions. I don't know much about that, so I've been finding that super interesting. The mystery gets started pretty quickly. So if you're someone who doesn't want to wait around long for the mystery to kick off, this one does start off pretty quickly, which was the case I think with the first one as well. And I'm just so enjoying this. I love Donna. I think she's such a like funny, very like humorous character. There's some moments that really make me chuckle when I'm reading. I really enjoy her character, and then her and April, their dynamic as, you know, an adult daughter who's like in her early 30s and her mother, it's just great. I love them. I really love them. They have my heart, so I'm absolutely enjoying that. And then I am, for a change of pace, reading One Dark Night. I'm 15% of the way in, which is up to chapter 9. This has got a grip hold on me, this thriller. Amazing. So it took me a few chapters to kind of get into it. You are reading from several points of views, so I feel like you kind of have to cycle through them once to kind of get a grasp of what's happening. But the mystery so far, I'm intrigued. I'm so curious as to where this is going. I love some of the connections between the different points of views that I didn't see coming, so that's really interesting how they're kind of falling into place. And yeah, I'm really enjoying this. So we're just gonna spend a cozy evening together reading. It has been a day with work, so I just need some cozy time tonight. But other than that, we're just sipping on some tea. I have some lavender mint tea, which is a Sprouts like store brand tea that I actually rather like. And otherwise, we're just gonna get some reading done. I'm hoping to maybe edit a video tonight, maybe get a little bit of a walk in on my walking pad. But I just need like a night to chill. So we're gonna start off with a very chill time with this cozy vlog, but hopefully finish a book tonight. I feel pretty confident I'm gonna finish at least one of these books tonight. So let's get reading. I have not moved from this couch except to get dinner. And I had to basically pry myself away from this thriller because I was so engrossed. One Dark Night by Hannah Rochelle. This author played me like a fiddle. I was so convinced I had it solved. I really thought I had it up until the last minute, and then she just pulled it right out from underneath me. No. This was an amazing thriller. This is like one of those thrillers that reminds me why I read this genre. Like when I read The Wife Between Us by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pecknow recently, which was a recent favorite. Like when I read that, or like The Night Shift by Alex Finley, or One Dark Night here by Hannah Rochelle. These are like the books that make me glad I read thrillers. I'm still processing, but wow, this was a great thriller. Multiple points of views. You get to read, you're kind of following one family, so you get to read from multiple points of views within the same family as well as some other people. There's a really interesting backstory with many of the characters. There's a lot of little subplots going on. There's a lot of emotion. I really connected with several of the characters. There's people you definitely want to root for. This isn't one of those thrillers where you're reading from a bunch of unlikable perspectives. Most of the people you're reading from are very likable, and I was so wrong. My guess was so wrong for the ending on this, and it was so good. It was so good. I highly recommend this. I'm not sure when this is coming out. Coming out August 19th, which is such a while away, so I'm sorry about that. I guess that's the downside of me reading ARCs for this, but just know that if you can either maybe get an ARC on Netgalley yourself, or just hold on for this thriller. It's really good, and I do like that it is coming out closer to fall because this does take place with a lot of heavy Halloween themes. A lot, like, I mean, we're talking costumes, we're talking like a Ouija board, we're talking like very spooky, like kind of Halloween vibes. So I do think this would be a fantastic fall, like Halloween read. But I just, wow. Knockout thriller. Knockout thriller. My my brain is not processing, but if you can't tell, this is a 5-star thriller for me. I mean, this is like the type of thriller where I couldn't get up. I was hooked. I was page turning on my, my reader here as fast as I could. I didn't even like sit down at the table to eat. I just kept reading from the couch because I had to know. So, yes. All I can say is this has my stamp of approval. I love this. Halloween, like it's like a Halloween night, post-Halloween night creepiness thriller. It's fantastic. So, strongly recommend this. I don't even have words. Anyways, it is very late right now, and I'm gonna do my little 15-minute tidy that I like to do before bed. I like to put an audiobook or YouTube video on with my headphones and just kind of do a quick little tidy up around the house. So I'm actually going to tidy up my office with you guys now because I filmed some videos earlier and my floor in my office, I'll show you the aftermath, but it's covered in stacks of books because I filmed a couple of things. So you'll get to see the aftermath of what it looks like after I finished filming. And we're just gonna go ahead and tidy and clean that up because it's a bit of a mess. So let's go organize some books together. Alright guys, we have some good updates and some not so good updates. The first, let's start with good. Ask Me No Questions by Paula Charles. Amazing. 5 stars. So I gave the first book in that series, Hammers and Homicide, 4 stars. It was a fantastic listen on Audible, but Ask Me No Questions, wow. I loved it. I could not recommend the series more. I love Donna Carpenter and her daughter April. The mystery for this, the ending, the like final confrontation with like, you know, who's done it and everything, like I was on the edge of my seat going, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there, because I was freaking out for her so badly. It was such a good mystery. It was such a good conclusion. It was so satisfying. And then on top of that, there's been some really interesting subplots that have been introduced with like her husband and some things about the hardware shop, and I will leave it at that since I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm very curious about where this is going. I also just love her daughter. Her daughter is like really seems to be blossoming now that she's back home, and I just love that because she kind of came back home to look after her mom. She was worried, you know, after her husband had passed away about her mom being alone, but actually I feel like it's been even better for her really, and I just love them together. They are such a snarky duo. They're both very sarcastic. They're both pros at evading each other's questions when they don't want to answer a question about, like, you know, a date they were on or something like that. Hilarious. It's just such like a realistic, brought to life I just love them. I truly love them so much. The fall vibes were off the charts. This will definitely be making it into some fall like recommendation videos for me because I mean the Lumberjack Festival, the autumn, the food, like I mean there was everything. I mean the fall foliage, everything was so fall. It was amazing. I loved it. I couldn't recommend it enough. So honestly, definitely read book one. I do feel like this Cozy Mystery series really does build off of some of the subplots from the first book, but I highly recommend it. I'm so curious as to what's going to happen with her neighbor. There's just, her neighbor's very like grandiose and snooty and not the most likable person, so I'm curious to see what's going to happen in the future with that. I just cannot wait for the next book. The only thing I'm sad about is that this book just came out in very late January, so I'm assuming book 3 would probably be coming out maybe like in the next year, which means I have to wait. That's the only thing I'm sad about. Everything else, I honestly have no critiques. I adored this book so much. Like I said, I really liked book 1. I gave it 4 stars. Very much enjoyed it. But book 2, I mean, I couldn't put it down last night. I stayed up late to finish it. And you guys know I'm a morning person. Like, I go to bed consistently. I value my sleep. So if I'm staying up to read a book, that says a lot. On the other hand, the less positive side here, the sister-in-law. I might DNF it. I'm not sure. I'm gonna give it like another maybe 20 minutes of reading later today. So I am about 50% of the way in. I was flying through the first part of this book. It was very good, very interesting. I like our main character, Megan. She has recently lost her husband in like this very strange car accident. She barely survived herself. And this goes through the motions of her, you know, attending his funeral, and she meets his sister-in-law. And there's some things we don't know about the sister-in-law. Like, she's never met her sister-in-law before, but she tries to, you know, get to know her, and you're also starting to read then from the sister-in-law's perspective, and you're learning and seeing things from very different eyes, which I like. I like the dual perspectives. However, the problem I'm having is that the author will repeat the same scene from both characters' points of views, which at first I found interesting because it gave you a really good insight into the characters' minds, motives, personalities, like etc. But it's starting to really slow the story down as I'm like in the middle of the book, and I'm starting to feel a bit impatient. So I'm gonna give it like a couple more chapters. I'm doing reading sprints tonight on my YouTube channel to celebrate 5,000 subscribers. Thank you guys again so much. I can't even believe those words are coming out of my mouth. It truly means so much to me. You guys are awesome. Thank you. But I will be doing those channel sprints tonight, so I'm gonna try reading it for a bit, and I'm just gonna see how I feel. If I'm not getting into it quickly, then I'm gonna put it aside. So that's kind of where we're at. Otherwise, I do plan on starting the book by Marcy Blessey tonight as well, so I'm really excited to read that cozy mystery. I have read book 1 from her Tucson Valley retirement mystery series before, and I did really enjoy that, and I love the premise for this one maybe even more. I mean, I think both, like, I loved the premise of the other one too, but this one is like the movie club. I love a theater setting, so I'm very excited with the found family. Very, very excited and interested in this one. My mind is still reeling from finishing One Dark Night the other day by Hannah Rochelle. Wow. I mean, what a thriller. That was, wow. So anyways, we are off to a great start with this vlog overall. I mean, between the reading of Ask Me No Questions and then One Dark Night, fantastic. Both were 5 stars, like easy. Like both were like examples of like why I read these genres type of books. Like these are That's why I read the genre. Those are the books that make me just so happy. The Sister-in-Law, I'm kind of like, it could be good. Like, I could see it having a really good twist. I'm just hoping the pacing picks up a little bit because I don't want to DNF it because I love the idea and I am curious as to what is going to happen, but I just need the pacing to pick up a little bit. I need a little something. I need like another little twist in the middle here, or I need some faster pacing or something. I need something. So I'm hoping something's going to change soon. But other than that, this reading vlog is going great. I'm planning on starting the Marcy Blessy cozy tonight, and I will give you an update on the Sister-in-Law, which will hopefully be good. I would love to love it. I mean, I always go into books hoping to love them. So here's hoping. Wish me luck. I'm on reading sprints right now, so I'm just going to give you a really quick update. I finished The Sister-in-Law, and I'm pleasantly surprised. So it was a little bit sluggish in the middle, but overall I'm going to say 3.75 stars. I thought the ending was very good. I called part of it, but then the very last chapter just kind of shocked me. I really didn't see that coming, and I just liked the general wrap up, and the pacing did pick up pretty soon after when I started it again today. So it was just like kind of a sluggish bit in the middle where it got a little repetitive, but overall I really enjoyed this. This is not a thriller I'd recommend if you're looking for a really likable character to follow. I feel like both women you're following, the sister-in-law and the widow, both are quite unlikable or hard to connect with because they're kind of, I don't know, just very like either formal or very like kind of like schemy. So it's just like not the best one if you're looking for characters to connect with for a thriller. But if you're looking for just kind of a fun, twisty domestic thriller, I had a good time with this. I flew through it. It is a shorter thriller. It's like 260 pages, and I'd recommend it. I thought it was fun. I actually am very happy with how it turned out because, like I said, I was kind of considering maybe putting it down earlier because it was a little bit slow, but I'm glad I continued going with it because it paid off in the end. And then I am on sprints right now, and my eyes started getting so tired of looking at a screen from reading The Sister-in-Law, so I didn't pick up the book by Marcy Blessy. I'm going to start that tomorrow when my eyes aren't quite so tired of the screen. But I did have one physical arc to read, and that is Murder Runs in the Family by Tamara Barry. I don't know if this is going to be a series, but it is the first one if it is a series. And it involves this former PI in training, Amber, who runs away to Arizona to get away from an ex to meet her estranged grandmother because she's pretty desperate. And her grandmother is a hoot. So kooky, so much fun. She lives in a retirement community. There is a missing pet tortoise. It is so kooky and hilarious and funny and witty, and I can't wait. So I'm on page 74 right now. I don't think I'm going to finish this tonight, but I'll probably finish this tomorrow, so I will give you more thoughts on it tomorrow because right now I'm pretty drowsy. But so far, this is very much feeling like a 4.5, 5-star read to me. I'm really anticipating a strong rating with that, and then I'm looking forward to starting the movie club cozy tomorrow, and I'll probably start Family Lies as well for another thriller read. So this reading vlog is going very well so far. Hopefully I'm not jinxing myself, but it's going very well so far. Hi guys, I have another reading update for you. So I am now 143 pages into Murder Runs in the Family, and I also read The Family Lies by Angela Henry. So let's start with the thriller, The Family Lies by Angela Henry, because I just finished that like half an hour ago and my brain is still reeling. I'm thinking 4 stars. I feel like that's where I'm going to settle. So basically we have our main character. This was such a crazy book, like a very good crazy. So our main character is Sabrina. She gets hired by the Dorsley family, who is very wealthy, to be like a personal librarian to like organize their collection and everything, like for a contract position for like 2 years. She's hired. She is going to be living there, and there's all these strange rules, and it's very tense. And the heir and like CEO of the like Dorsey family company, Theo, is there, and there's some kind of mysteries around him and women in his life in the past, and it's just oof. And there are, as the title suggests, there are a lot of lies in this. This is described as an addictive psychological thriller with lots of twists. I would say that's a pretty good description. I do feel like it's a bit slow burn. You definitely have a lot of tension and suspense the whole time. Like, I wasn't feeling sluggish really at any point, but the twists definitely come like pretty later. Like, it's more bang 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 at the end, and like my head is still just going, I am still trying to process the very last chapter of that book. Yeah, if you've read this, let me know. Let me know what you thought of the ending. But wow. I would say it's a good thriller though. It definitely was shocking to me, so I'm gonna say 4 stars is probably where I'm gonna land. If that changes dramatically by like tomorrow or something, I'll let you know if I like update that, but as of right now, that's where I'm at. And then Murder Runs in the Family, I have less than 100 pages left in this book by Tamara Berry, which again is gonna come out in April. I'm loving this. Grandma Jade is amazing. She's so unabashedly unapologetic. She's completely herself. She is loud, she is spunky, she is feisty, she is colorful and lives life to the utmost, and I just love her. I love the group of retirement friends and the retirement community that Grandma Jade lives in. I love Amber as a character. She's got some interesting subplots going on, some personal growth she's working on. I love the storyline of her meeting her grandmother for the first time and just getting to know her. And also she's kind of come from this family, because she did not met Grandma Jade before this, and her mother had always warned her away from Grandmother Jade for different reasons and things. But her mother and like her family were kind of cold, like not very, you know, huggy and stuff like that, and Grandmother Jade is the absolute opposite. So it's making me so happy to see Amber getting hugged and just like this warmth enveloping her. And you know, she's working to help clear her grandmother's name with this murder that happens in the retirement community. And there's a missing tortoise. There's a missing tortoise. I love the missing tortoise storyline. I am living for this storyline. This is fantastic. And Tamara Berry just has this really fast-paced, witty writing style, like the banter, but it flows so naturally. It doesn't feel like forced. Like, you know, sometimes you read a book and it feels like the author is maybe trying to be really funny, but it just doesn't quite hit right. She hits it, she nails it. It's always just really funny, at least to me. I love it. I think the humor is great, and I can't wait to see how this ends. I have about 100 pages left. I'm hoping to finish this tonight, but I will probably give you an update in the morning because it is getting pretty late, and it's been a long day, but I'm very excited. I'll give you guys an update tomorrow, but I'm gonna go work on finishing this up because this is funny, and I love the setting. I love the Arizona setting. I love the retirement community setting. I love that it's super hot and sweltering, and Amber is just not used to this weather at all, and I think it's just great. Everything about this, it's like I can just picture everything so well. The setting, the characters, like everything really just comes to life easily. So this reading vlog, I hate to like jinx it, but it's going so well right now. And then I'm planning on, tomorrow is Saturday, so I'm planning on reading my last book for this vlog, which will be the book by Marcy Blessey, which I'm really excited about. And yeah, that's what we're gonna kind of wrap up with. So let's get it. Alright guys, it's a few days later. I got a little bit of a cold, so I was letting myself rest, but I'm gonna wrap up this video. So as I said, Murder Runs in the Family by Tamara Berry. This was hilarious. This was absolutely amazing, and the mystery, the ending for this really surprised me. I was really not, I didn't see that coming. And the tortoise side storyline. I love it. I love the Admiral's tortoise. I love it. I love our main character Amber and her side plots and how she's growing as a person and really leaving her past behind, deciding what she wants with things, deciding to have this relationship with her grandmother even though the rest of her family is estranged from her. And I just really, really enjoyed the camaraderie and the found family with this. This was beautiful, so I highly recommend this. This was probably like a 5-star read for me. I was laughing, it was making me tear up at points, the mystery was great and really surprised me. And then last but not least, I did read Murder Movie Club, Murder on a Monday by Marcy Blessey. I read this while I was sick, so I really didn't get any updates, I'm sorry about that. But I so enjoyed this. This was a fantastic, very short feeling read, like it really flew by, but the found family themes for this, oh, my heart. Oh my goodness, I loved this. I loved Roberta. I don't know, she was very like cranky character, but she was so sweet. So it's a group of primarily retirees, although we do have one younger woman who is, I want to say like 42, and she is a single mom, and I really enjoyed seeing her kind of come out of her shell and just emerge into this found family and kind of seeing herself outside her role as a mother. Because the character, I think she's only had her child for like 8 months, and she's kind of expressed feeling like that's her entire world is motherhood, and so this is kind of a way of her exploring other parts of her life and reconnecting with those parts of her life, which I think is wonderful. But as I kind of explained earlier in this video, this group comes together every Monday for a movie club, and they will pause the movie about halfway through to discuss and put in their final speculations for who done it and like the motive and everything. One day they arrive at the theater to find that the ticket taker, Johnny E. Cash, is murdered, and they decide to take it upon themselves to solve a real life murder. And this brings their found family to the next, because they start to meet outside of the movie theater, like, you know, at each other's apartments, and they start to meet up for this and that, and they both take different missions to, like, you know, speak with this person or research this. One of them's like a retired principal or like school administrator, so she can like look in the school system for some details on the victim. And I thought this was a really great mystery, a really great time. The characters really steal your heart. For me, this was a lot about, like, the parts I enjoyed the most were about the characters and the found family, and seeing these group of very unlikely people kind of come together, because some of them really squabble, some of them really bicker, some of them come from very different backgrounds than others, so they kind of like look at each other a little like they probably wouldn't have connected had it not been for this movie club, basically. And it's so lovely to see that, and I enjoyed it so much. So I would strongly recommend, if that cozy mystery sounds interesting to you, I would check it out. Honestly, I cannot believe this is probably the most successful reading vlog I've ever had, because I loved every book. Like, I would recommend strongly every book that I read in this reading vlog, and I can't think of a time that's actually happened, because I feel like I almost always have one DNF in there. If not, like, maybe a book that I just really didn't enjoy, maybe even more than one. So this is so rare for me, and I'm so excited to share that I really genuinely loved everything. I really, like, some of these will probably make some of my top favorites of the year. Like, I really loved these books. I am so excited about that, because, you know, I never like to bash a book or anything, and or DNF a book. It's not a good feeling, but of course I'm not going to read something I don't enjoy. But to like go through and enjoy every book that I picked for a vlog, this is amazing. So I am so excited about that. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you would like to see more of this style of vlog where I'm like reading arcs or books that are very, very recently released. Like, some of these were technically arcs when I got sent them, but I didn't read them until they came out. Sorry. I'm not the best at that sometimes, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know if you've read an arc recently or a new release. What was it? Did you enjoy it? And I will see you guys in my next video. If you enjoy bookish content, cozy content, I hope you'll hit subscribe. I do post new content every week on my channel. My name is Amy Marie. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!